Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Anime Squad podcast, episode 22. My name is Robbie.
And this is Omar.
And this is David.
And we're looking at week 9 of our summer anime season 2020. And before we kick things off, I want to mention that we have timestamps for whichever episode that you guys want to watch. You guys feel free to look in the description or on the time bar itself. There are going to be time codes for that specific anime that we're going to be talking about. On top, of course, the audio versions that we're going to be releasing on iTunes and Spotify. If you guys are just wanting to just listen to the podcast, in which the first announcement that I made is completely pointless.
But you know, if you always want to stop by to the video, it's always welcome.
Yeah.
And watch, specific, review that you'd like to hear more.
most definitely. All right, now to kick things off, of course, we're going to be talking about Peter Grill and the Philosopher's Time, episode 9.
You haven't said that in a while.
Yeah, I know. You gotta say the whole title. So Peter has. So remember when I said that that Piglet was like exempt from ruining Peter's day? Well, yeah, she was basically the cherry on the top. She did the deed in this episode. Peter being upset. And the other girls were also upset that Piglet had done the deed, even though they also done it.
Like, what the hell? All right, I guess. And then we're back to Porktown. Porktown comes back.
Porktown for everybody, yes. And in the same episode, too. That's why Piglet gets two helpings in the same episode.
She gets 2 servings.
Yes, but old Peter, of course, does not like that. So he dashes off from his relaxing spa, runs away from the life that he's been leading.
Yes, crying.
Start a new life.
Crying in the rain, naked.
Yeah.
Through the whole town.
Yeah, but he doesn't. He just can't go through with it. So he hides in the rain. He hides from the rain and finds a nice old friend. Not an old friend, but a new friend, more or less. With this warrior ogre.
An old ogre warrior who was very happy to hear him out. He was like, "Hey man, you're naked and you seem like you're in a bad place right now. I can lend you in here. Let's see what do you have to say." And Peter, he's like, "Oh, thanks, man. I have first world problems with this."
God.
With this dilemma I'm going through, and I just want to be with my one true love, the one I really want. I was destined to be with. God chose me to be with her. Yeah,
and the warrior also expresses the same mutual feelings as well with a certain someone that he's also attached to as well.
Yes.
And it turns out it's actually Lisa, the older ogre sister, who's actually a princess.
What?
Of the ogres.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
No way.
Plot twist. One of the characters that have been fawning for Peter Grill the whole time is actually super high royalty.
So she's also the elf girl. She's also a princess, isn't she?
I think so. Vegan? Yeah. I think so, yeah. But yeah, we'll see what happens in the next episode. It's very interesting. The plot developments have been going further, and we'll see what happens.
Yeah, with Peter Grill's first world problems. And on to the next animes in our list, we have Deca-Dence.
Deca-Dence.
Episode 9. And we start off with Kaburagi and Natsume. I think they're going to do like a regular Godal battle, right?
Yeah, well, no. So from Kaburagi, based off of the fact that he let pipe inside the house.
Oh, yes.
It kind of gives the implication that what he's going to do is kind of very big.
Yeah. Like he gives pipe like one, I guess as we know it, like a good meal, like a big chunk of meal to him, and then they go off to the mission itself, where they have to go attack the base of it's actually the real Godal nest, right?
Yeah, the actual legit Godal nest, and at the same time, the workers are also making a coup. They don't want to work or anything, so they're also rebelling against them as well.
Yeah, so they're starting the revolution.
Mm-hmm.
So Kaburagi and Natsume, they get to the area where, like, if they cross the path, they blank out. They could die. But with our girl Jill, she's like, no, that won't happen since you guys are like not chipped or anything. So
yeah, because we've mentioned before, Natsume is a bug, so she won't be able to feel it, and Kaburagi being zapped is technically him being dead already. So his avatar is gonna be completely fine.
Yes, espionage. And Kaburagi was scared, but then Natsume was like, come on, let's go, let's do this. And yeah, so they go to the big nest, with no problems. They take their gravity things, and but I think before that the revolution happened, right?
Yeah.
The revolution happened. They started blowing up the Godal poop.
Yeah.
And just
straight up nuking the whole thing.
Yeah, straight up chaos is happening. Like the security guards are like, what is this? What is the smell?
The smell, and then everybody just starts puking and rendering all the guards useless. And I like how the guards are just basically like the exact version of like the master himself.
Yeah,
just a square man.
Yeah, that's true, huh? There's just like a little boxes of them, but yeah. So Kaburagi and Natsume are in the base of the Godal nest.
Yeah, the nest itself.
And then they stumble upon our bad guy. Our guy chilling there.
The face off commences.
Yeah, this is like someone told them that they were gonna show up. Yep. And who do you think it was, Robbie?
It was Turkey.
Oh,
Turkey did it. Oh.
Damn,
Randall.
Randall.
He did it.
We finally know his scheme. He was the snitch.
He was the snitch all along. That lizard-looking man.
So yeah, Randall's plan is going according to plan, and we know that by the reinforcements showing up. But this time these little box
God, they have clown noses.
Yes, they have guard noses, and now they shoot lasers.
Insta killing all the rebels.
Yeah, that was sad to see, man. I was like, no, don't kill the little dudes.
Yeah, it sucks too, because Turkey was also like convinced Sark. It's like, hey, this is all for a just cause. We're gonna be heroes. You want to be a hero, right? It's like, okay, this is what it takes.
Sacrifice had to be made in order to restore order and all that jazz. And since Jail's like in the room where like checking Kaburagi. Oh, and Donatello's like just having fun.
Donatello decided to join the revolution, but like through the game itself, through his avatar.
Yeah. So Jill's like, "Hey, Donatello, get out of your game, and I need you to start doing work. I need you to go ham." And then she threatened him. She's like, "If you don't do it, I'm gonna dismantle you." And like
all the excessive circuitry you have underneath, I got tools to take him out.
So he was like, all right, I'll get out there. And it's cool when he does get out there. We finally see his busters in action, and like he was taking like the heads of the bad guys, and he was just blasting them and just wrecking shop.
So he's blasting them.
Anyways, I start blasting them. And well, back to Kaburagi and Natsume. They have a show off as well.
They do, yeah. They're still fighting them, but they're not looking too good. They were not looking too good. At one point, the dude also was able to like pretty much donut Natsume through, but thankfully it was all hologram. Jill was able to use her hacking skills to essentially just create shadow clones of Kaburagi and Natsume as well. Natsume being tucked underneath behind her and everything. And the dude was just going around chopping up all the Kaburagis, and Kaburagi can't keep up, so he has to pump up his limiter or whatever. Break his limits. Yeah,
he was trying to like assess the situation, what's going on in front of him. But then what else happens? Oh, he gets Natsume, doesn't he?
Yeah.
But it ended up being a clone.
No, that's why I said he donuts her. He donuts her.
And he's like, okay. So like he's trying to assess the situation, but Jill it loses the clone ability because the crow was like glitching her system.
Yeah. He was. things are not looking too great, and at the same time, like while all this was going on, the reinforcements catch up with Turkey, and since Turkey tipped them off, Turkey and Sark were like, okay, we'll show you guys where the login room is, and so things are not looking too great.
Yeah, but looks gloom.
Doom and gloom.
Yes, doom and gloom. But what happens?
Donatello shows up. While he's basically taking out all the reinforcements and stuff. He shows up, and he was able to take out the guards and everything. Because at first Sark was like, no, I don't want to be a part of this.
Yeah, he was like contemplating, right?
Yeah, he was definitely contemplating, and he was about to get completely wasted.
Mm-hmm.
But as all that was going on, Donatello was able to show up. He was able to take out like all the other guards and stuff. And while all that is going on, Turkey confronts. Sark gets shot. Mm-hmm. He gets shot, and then he's just kind of just left to die.
Yeah.
And he's like, I can still move. Turkey, can you be able to help me escape?
Yeah.
I can escape with you. And Turkey's like, no, it's all every man for himself.
Yeah.
And immediately Donatello confronts Turkey, and it's just immediately just like, okay, you snake.
Yeah,
tosses him into.
Honestly, I thought Turkey was gonna have a trick up his sleeve. No, a trick up his sleeve or something. Cause he's a sneaky one. So maybe like that frontal attack he did was like just a facade, and he's like, oh, I poisoned you or something like that.
Right? Yeah.
Yeah, but no.
That was his ace in the hole, was to tip off the others and get the reinforcements in.
Yeah.
Tip off Huggin.
Yeah, and then he just chugs his Turkey in that poop.
Poop bat, yeah.
Poop bat. He's like, you like shit so much? Here you go,
man. I'm gonna put you in a shitty situation.
And then the important part in this episode, our boy Sark does the ultimate sacrifice. He pops out like from, I guess, his inventory.
Yeah.
And like it was like a deadly capsule energy thing, and he shoves up his butt, and then he does the brave sacrifice of kamikazing the whole damn facility.
Yeah.
And just shuts down the whole Gadal's nest, and everything's coming apart in that building.
Everything is absolutely coming apart. And then as that is going on, when Huggin, the main boss dude, was about to give him the final blow, the whole facility erupts because it's all underwater.
Yeah.
So all the water pressure and everything is like cracking through the glass, and everything's being flooded. And so Kaburagi and Natsume use that opportunity to basically evade that whole situation and go to the core.
Mm-hmm.
And right when they get to the core, they press the lever at the same time, and then all of a sudden, all the Gadol just disappear like Digimon when they die.
Yes. And then that hit me too. It was like, man, that means Pipe also disappeared.
Yeah, they have a little, because right before they press that switch, Kaburagi has a little moment where he thinks back on Pipe, and it's pretty much like the biggest indicator that Pipe was also eliminated since he was a Gadol.
Yeah. And then the last part about it is like Natsume is not understanding what just happened.
Yeah.
And then Kaburagi finally tells her like, yeah, this me, everything, it's fake. It's not
all
real.
Fake. Yeah. So that was the biggest info drop that happened at the very last end of the episode.
Yeah. And I was like, dang, all right, we're here. We're at the end game at this point.
Is pretty much the end game.
I just want to know how she's gonna react next episode. It's like how she's gonna like take all that in.
Mm-hmm.
But we'll see. Good episode. A lot happened. The plot moved on and stuff.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And
all right, and then we're gonna be going on to the next episode of anime. Is episode 9 of Uzaki-chan Wants to Hang Out, and it was a boring episode.
It was slow.
It was
very slow. Nothing much happened besides like the introduction of Uzaki's mom.
Yeah, she's a fun character.
Yeah, she takes like a lot of things misunderstanding.
So the setup to her character in general is that she watches soap operas in which married older women are basically falling in a forbidden love with younger guys.
Cougars.
And and she's just kind of like, what? That kind of relationship is absolutely not not warranted. You know, it can never happen. And as soon as Shinichiro and Uzaki come to Uzaki's house because of the fact that Uzaki's mom again gave him the money through Uzaki for the replacement futon, and so Shinichiro wants to repay her her kindness by going to Uzaki's mom and
repay her, right?
Yeah, no, just basically thanking her in person.
Yeah. And
through that, Uzaki's mom gets the sudden realization that the senpai that Uzaki always kept mentioning was actually a guy.
Right? If it was like any other mom, they would have like beat her or like flipped the hell. Well, she flipped out too.
She did flip out, and she was kind of like pinching her cheeks in front of him. So
yeah, but she was like more forgiving. She's like, okay, whatever.
All right, well.
You guys seem very close.
Well, about that. So I think the main reason why she didn't flip out more was Shinichiro's overall look is pretty intimidating.
Yeah, his intimidation looks still there.
And the thing is that Uzaki's mom kind of misread the intimidation as a more of a lustful kind. And especially with Shinichiro's attraction to cats that Uzaki's mom has no context to whatsoever. A cat literally gets on her lap. She starts petting it or whatever, and then Shinichiro has a very interesting look on his face. Look at the cats, and she misreads the whole situation and thinks that he is heavily attracted to her.
Yes, staring at those beautiful body of hers, I guess. And but he's actually staring at the beautiful cat.
The cat, yeah, because he loves cats.
Yeah, he just
Uzaki knows about it, but unfortunately, Uzaki's mom does not.
And I guess that was like cleared up and all that. And then the next part, where she goes visit her.
Well, the misunderstanding itself wasn't cleared. It was more so the scene itself was cleared, and then we skipped over to the to Shinichiro and Uzaki's job, in which her mom actually gets to see Uzaki work and everything like that, and she gets to talk with the boss of the bar itself and Ami as well, and they're talking. And at first the bartender and everything, they were like, they were on board. They're like, Uzaki and Shinichiro, they're great friends, and the customers seem to really enjoy their whole thing. And as soon as they started talking about Shinichiro, though, that's when those whole flags came to Uzaki's mom, and they're just saying like, oh, what, moms? The moms notice him?
Yeah, like, oh, he's so attractive.
Yeah, and
paying so much attention to the older moms.
Yeah, and then Ami and then that mommy and her dad are like, wait a minute, this is a misunderstanding.
Yeah, because she tells him a weird question, right? She's like, is he into like older women?
Older women? Married women?
Which one is it? Yeah.
And that's when they were like, oh, wait a minute.
Where's this lady going with this question? Yeah. But other than that, there was like another like side gag, if I remember. You want to talk about it, or
which side gag? Oh,
with
mean the
Uzaki?
Oh, yeah. So I guess Uzaki they were in the coffee room, and then they were talking about the maturity of beans. And out of context, this is like right after Uzaki's mom got a whole misunderstanding cleared from the dad and everything, and she just overheard about the maturity, not of the beans, but just maturity in general, and how Shinichiro loves the mature flavor. And how we always gonna go for that, and
mature woman.
Yeah, a woman. So that whole misunderstanding got deeper and deeper. So I feel like that's going to be the recurring gag.
Yeah, I think so for like the rest of the show.
Yeah, but I think to end things off, what was kind of weird for me, and these guys were completely like, this is cool, was just the abrupt last minute of the episode where Uzaki and Shinichiro are just walking through, doing their own thing. Uzaki was interested in doing the lottery.
Yeah.
They win the lottery, and then they immediately go to fly to Conan Town, which is a real life place in Japan. That's a town completely invested in the Detective Conan, the series.
Case closed.
Case closed in America. And yeah, it was really weird because as soon as they landed there in the town, the backgrounds and everything were
like,
all photographs.
Yeah, they're like really realistic photographs, and like it stands out from these 2D animations.
You know what that reminds me of?
What?
Remember the previous season with Sing Yesterday for Me?
Yes.
That supermarket.
yes. I thought I was the only one that I was thinking of that too. I was like, this is. I've seen this before.
Yeah.
I've seen this trick happen already.
It's that supermarket scene that we talked about where it looks completely realistic and out of place.
Yeah, it's the same thing, the same trick.
Yeah, and then the episode just kind of ends off, and we're gonna get more about this whole Conan Town thing.
Yeah,
so
the getaway trip.
Yeah, so we'll see more out of place background in the next episode.
More Detective Conan.
More Detective Conan, yeah.
And on to the next animes. Oh man, this is a good one. Appare-Ranman, episode 10.
Oh man.
The Richard episode, I have to say, aka Gil.
Guilty Cigar. Oh man. So you guys remember when we were talking about like the happy-go-lucky episode that we had last week? Yeah, this one's not that.
No. There's a complete 180, and it's kind of like we said it too. Like the ending of that episode, like it left off like, oh man, I have bad vibes. Like, you know.
Yeah, Sophia was in that train too, and we're thinking like, oh, we're probably gonna have a hostage situation, and we were half right. We were definitely half right. Like.
All right, so the episode starts off like the race continuing, right? And you know, our racers are, you know, giving it their all, racing and stuff, and then
pretty standard stuff.
And the train's also it's kind of like the train's also another racer in this part. So like they're racing with the train, and
well, I think the whole gimmick behind that was the fact that the rich guy, the rich blonde guy, was like mentioning that like, we're finally going to see automobiles beat the train.
Yeah.
That was supposed to be like the gimmick, is that the train was supposed to be quote unquote competing against the power of the car, because they're supposed to say that cars are evolving past trains.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
And that's what I got out of it.
No, that makes perfect sense though. Like, so makes sales for cars, you know.
Right, but of course, Gil being employed by another rich tycoon that does not want any of that. He was like, why aren't you ending the whole race? I thought I told you to do that. Prior to being immediately chucked out of the train.
And okay, it was teased, right? Like he Gilga's in there and he's like eating an apple.
He takes a few bites of an apple and
chucks
it out of the window.
He sees like a rose, like smells it, chucks it out the window. And I called it too. I was like, he's gonna chuck him next, watch. And then literally he chucks his employer like out of the damn window.
Yeah.
And then just, you know, he starts his magic, dude.
Yeah, he starts his magic hijack.
Takes over the train and just start blasting, right?
Yeah, pretty much. He's so cool. He even employs Solid Snake into his ranks.
Yeah, so like there were some deputies there, but they got destroyed, and then like they killed the conductors and all that, and then they take hostages with the train.
Brutally too.
Yeah.
Slit throats and everything.
Exactly. So the races stop because the train is like in the way now.
Yeah.
Of the bridge.
And the train was literally fighting the racers.
Exactly. And then Richard comes out of the train there, and he's asking.
Yeah.
Asking for the racers for help because he.
He's just shot and he falls over.
And then that's when Richard reveals to the racers he's not Richard, but he is Gil.
Oh, Gil.
I like how he said it. I was like, man, none of y'all reacted? Come on, y'all mean. And man,
there's a lot of reactions after this.
It's just a wreck shop for Gil here.
This was literally the episode to cement how evil / OP Gil was.
Yeah.
Because none of these other people were able to even get a hit in.
Exactly.
All right, and the funny thing was that we have the whole race squad here. We don't even have the Bad Brothers because we just assumed that they got stopped by the train. Because prior, they actually literally launched one of the cars that they blew up onto the Bad Brothers cars.
Yeah, so we don't know what happens to them.
We don't even know what happened to them. But like everybody else, like were able to make it, and yeah, they got to see the overpoweredness of Gil.
Yeah.
Gil was literally doing whatever the hell he wanted.
I know.
At that point.
He was just in charge of everything. It's like our man TJ tries to fight and then he gets beat up.
Yeah.
Dylan jumps in to save TJ. He gets beat up.
And PTSD'd.
Yes. And Leon tries to jump in, but he does attack like, oh, I got your sister. She's a hostage. Look at her ass. It's bleeding.
Well, he didn't say hostage. He just said like, tell Sophia hi in the other world, implying that he killed her.
Yeah, and then like he's just talking so much savage shit. Yeah, he's just talking shit.
And it was so bad that Appare even got involved, because usually Appare does not focus on anything.
Yeah, he just cares about the race in his cars.
Yeah, that's all he cared about.
Yeah, but even he was like very emotional.
Yeah.
Throughout this episode, and then
he was wrecking everybody's cars. He threw. He started with Xiaolan's car.
Yeah.
And then he was just shooting everything. He burns Appare's car.
Yeah, because why not?
Yeah.
And then just he confronts Hototo too. He's like, yeah, hey, good job avenging your father. I wonder how you're gonna avenge your mom when I kill her. Like legit in front of him. I was like, god damn. Mm-hmm. What a bastard.
He is a racist. Yeah, they proves that he's a super racist and a super sexist too.
Yeah, and then I guess Appare was like talking back. He was like why you do this? Why are you destroying the cars and all that? And then it ticks him off. He's like, no one gives me orders. I'm my own boss here. And then the unthinkable happens, bro. He shoots Appare, but he's good. He's all right. But someone else got hit. Who got hit, Robbie? Who got hit? No!
Kosume gets hit, man.
Oh, man.
Our samurai boy that literally 2 episodes prior had his episode.
Yes.
He had his episode. He's killed 5 of Gil's dudes.
Overcome his
fears.
Yes.
All of his development and like that.
Bam. Dead. Well, yeah, dead, right? We could
fatally shot.
Yeah.
And was treated and was killed.
Yeah. I want to say dead because he was bleeding out. There was nowhere near a hospital. And yeah, that's how the episode ends, right?
Yeah, that's how the episode ends. So, highly implied, and I'm just saying this right now, highly implied that he is dead.
Yeah.
We don't have any kind of thing. We don't know. So we literally have to wait until the next episode. And then the train, and then Gil goes back on the train, and then like lets all the other hostages go except for Sophia, and then rides off and blows up the bridge, so they couldn't tail him.
Yup.
It doesn't matter anyway, because all their cars and stuff are toast.
Yeah, shot up and broken.
And all that.
So
I have a feeling that Bad Brothers' car might be.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking too. Like when we finished the episode and all hope was lost for us, we were like, wait, there was one racer missing, and it was the Bad. Yeah, it was the Bad Brothers.
Tristan and Chase. Yeah.
Yeah. So hopefully they come and save the day, or they have an idea, they have a plan, or maybe one of them is a healer. I know. God, man. We'll see.
We will see, man. Hopefully Tristan and his birds might help. Come, my babies.
The gentle giant.
All right, and then the next episode of anime we're going to be talking about is episode 9 of God of High School.
Yes.
This one was hype. This one was really hype. And you know what? I didn't think it would be, because I thought it was just going to be like a regular episode. Like it was just going to be like emotional like the last.
Yeah, like last week.
Appare-Ranman, yeah.
Yes, but surprisingly it was good.
Yeah. It pretty much continues off with Mori finding his grandpa.
Yeah. Going to go save him.
Yeah, going to go save him. And he's like, I can feel he's here. Pow.
Yeah, but it was the day of his tournament, bro. So he had to make it quick. He had to go save his grandpa and come back in time.
Rescue mission, go in, come out.
Yes, let's do this. And obviously the other two, Han and Mari, they're like, where the hell is Mari? Why is he not here? And it's like, obviously you can't fight Han because you're still suspended.
Yeah,
you idiot. And I think one of the judges, or what is she again? The blue hair girl?
She is part of Park Mujin's the six.
Yeah.
The group basically, like how Q and Joker them.
Yeah.
Like them basically.
Yeah, so it's like she gives them a tip like, okay, you guys could still do this.
It's gonna be really hard because you guys will literally have 2 versus 3.
Yeah, you have to win both rounds, and you have to buy Mori time with your round.
Yes.
So that's all in the back of her mind when she has to fight these opponents. They don't even know what they look like because they're all cloaked.
Yeah.
So they're like, all right, let's just do this.
Yeah, they're all like Merrick's minions from Battle City Tournament.
Oh, yo, I like that reference. I didn't even think of that. That's true though, because like, once they come out in the ring, they reveal themselves.
Yeah.
Which in this case, it's a half-naked man, very well built.
I think he's more like 9/8 naked than half.
You're right.
Dude was only wearing a Speedo.
Hey man, but those muscles, man, I would do the same thing,
and
bro.
goggles, I guess. I like how the audience and stuff were disgusted. They're like, oh god, put it away. I was expecting like a grotesque monster. But no, he's just super confident about himself.
You're super jacked.
And meanwhile, Mori, turns out, didn't actually find his grandpa, but was actually a clone!
Oh no!
A doppelganger.
That just blows up. Just blows up the whole building, and we see the guy come out, and he's like, oh, he's dead already. But nah, man, our boy Mori, that's not gonna take him out.
Ain't having it.
They ain't having it. So we're gonna get a delicious fight from this.
Hell yeah. Yeah, no, we were getting, the cool thing is that like we were getting juggled fights from Mira's perspective, like in the tournament, Mori's perspective fighting against the doppelganger, and plus one more, Han goes into the bathroom because he found out that the guy prior that Mira fought.
Yeah, the hardworking man.
Yeah. He was knocked unconscious and he was helping her out. He was helping him out, and it turns out that the assailant was actually one of Jabal's group.
Yeah. We don't get her name, do we?
No, I don't.
Yeah, but she has like
they just said that they're from like this. They were from Jabal's group, basically.
Yeah, but she has the Bruce Lee tracksuit kind of.
The Bruce Lee tracksuit with a very voluptuous body, but still able to like keep up with Han and everything.
Yeah. And then, but yeah, like all 3 fights are happening. I like Mari's fight a lot.
Yeah. Mori's fight, because he was basically fighting like a whole bunch of shadow clones, which is funny because we were literally talking about that with Deca-Dence. but yeah, Mori like having to keep up, like fighting all these like fakers and stuff like that.
Yeah, it reminded me of like the scene of Matrix Reloaded.
Yeah, because they were also wearing suits too. Like
yeah, well, like he's literally doing that spin kick and all that.
Yeah. Oh no, not Mr. Anderson. Agent Smith.
Yeah,
Agent Smith. I forgot.
I got you.
Anderson was Neo's name.
But then and then we go back to our girl, and she's trying to buy time,
But it's not working out. I was kind of getting Spopovich versus Vidal flashbacks with this at first, because the guy was just rocking Mira, like just completely overwhelming her in power.
Like she was doing good at first, but then after he reveals his sword.
So the sword that the fiance brought over.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that, because it turns out that this group was actually from the same cult.
Yeah.
And so of course, because of the fact that he was able to retrieve the sword, The opponent was also able to use the sword too, since they're from the same cult and everything. And it turns out that he was able to bring forth the sword's true form.
Yeah.
Which is just like this ancient like battle sword looking like design and stuff.
Yeah.
And with that was just again completely overwhelming Mira completely. And at one point he was also like stabbing her like right through the abdomen too.
Yeah, I was like, oh no, not again.
Not again, yeah.
Not again. And then she falls down, but then she has like that moment where like they fall, but they're like falling underwater.
Yeah, they're falling. It's a shonen trope where it's like she breaks through her limits, and then that's when she reveals her stand, aka her chariot.
Yes, which I called it. Well, I didn't call it.
You didn't, yeah.
But like when the reveal of her stand kind of looked, and I was like, oh, that's Lubu. And I was like, Straight up Lubu.
It was Lubu, yeah.
I was like, oh, that's dope. That's cool. And like you see like the feathers coming out of her head and stuff. And then she gains back control of the sword because apparently the sword goes back to the original owner.
Yeah.
When it leaves from the hand.
They said they explained that whole bit earlier because she was actually able to grab it before, but the sword dematerialized and went back into the guy. And yeah, she got it back.
Yeah, she got it back and whooped him.
Yeah.
Now that I think about it, the swords remind me of Emiya from Fate.
Oh, but sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, like you know how like he keeps popping them out, but like you know obviously it's different, but it has like the same design and stuff.
Yeah.
That's what it kept reminding me.
Except
of.
this one's not breaking or anything.
Yeah.
But also I wanted to mention that that as Mori and such were fighting the doppelgangers, they actually land a floor below, and you see a whole bunch of corpses, of dead fighter corpses, and among them were actually the original team that Mira and crew were actually originally supposed to fight.
Yeah.
So it turns out that not only is Mori fighting like this doppelganger man, but the original team that Mira is fighting is also doppelganger. So the whole muscular buff dude is actually not the real guy at all.
that's so true. Now I'm like, oh damn, they didn't even reveal that in the end of the episode, like they were like fakes or anything. But yeah, since our girl won the first round, Mori got there on time, and then we get this cool shots of our boy like just going to town against the next opponent. We don't even get his name because it doesn't even matter at this point. Like he's just going to town. He does the famous triple kick going in there, and then we see our boy do like some crazy moves, like his originals.
Yes. But the cool thing about this whole thing was we actually didn't get the ending to him fighting the doppelganger when in that original hideout area, because when he was fighting that second match, they actually like exquisitely crafted, edited the scene between him fighting the doppelganger and him fighting the second match. Yeah. Together.
And, like it was simultaneously, like back to back. Like even at the point where like it's just flashing images of the two fights into one. How Mori finished both of them off with his second original, the blue dragon, the twin blue dragons. And man, that was super hype to see. That was like, oh man, that's how you do a fight. Like, not like there weren't important fights, but like if you're gonna like do a fight, like at least make it cool, at least for us the audience to look at. Yeah. And that was very cool to see.
Oh, most definitely.
Yeah. So and that's how the episode ends.
Oh wait, we forgot to also mention that Han. So Han was able to in his own fight, which again was pretty much the shortest one of all three. Yeah. Was pretty much able to hold off on his own, and then that's pretty much when Jabal shows up, and she was able to properly assess Han, but at the same time also fall in love with him as well, because she landed a kiss right in the pecker. Yeah. And that's kind of like where that ends.
Yeah, and that's the end of that episode. Very good, very hype. I might do a woo!
That's pretty much your signature right there.
I know. Alright.
Yeah, and then now we go on to our season 2s of our anime. We go on to episode 9 of No Guns Life, season 2.
Yeah. And we get off from where we left off with Tetro, the old man, the freaky dog old man.
Andy Wachowski.
Yeah, just like in the middle of the climax, and it gets resolved with Tetsuo doing the one shonen power punch to the face.
Yeah, he powers up his harmony, which because since he was using his harmony on his own subbrain, pretty much powered himself up.
Yeah.
So he was basically able to Deku punch Ren straight in the face.
That's a great example.
And yeah, just one punched him out. But all while he was getting stabbed through Andy's attack. And yeah, that was insane because it was like a big old tube.
Yeah.
And right after he knocked him out, he's just like pulling. He was like pulling it out. Like,
yeah, it was gross, bro. It was gross to look at. I was like, oh man, he legit had to pull the whole thing out. I wish he had he carried a knife with him or something.
Just to cut it off. Yeah.
Yeah, but nah, we had to go through that and just have him pull it out of him.
Oh man, that was gross. But yeah, thankfully that was wrapped up pretty quickly.
Yeah.
He left and the old dude was like, hey, aren't you gonna finish me off, kid? He's like, nah, I don't care, but
I'm better than that.
Somebody already beat him to it anyway. You hear a whole bunch of sounds, so you kind of assume that deed's already done.
Yeah.
At the same time, you also get a continuation of Juzo fighting this really hard battle between the big dude and the butler.
Yeah, that.
But then like we kind of have like oh yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, that big dude. No one knew this. I don't think I didn't know. Like when the golden gun guy, he basically shoots the big dude, and basically gives him a boost, and it gives him too much of a boost that it gets revealed that it wasn't a dude. It was a woman.
Yes, because the increase in boost actually ripped through his clothes, quote unquote.
Yeah.
And it turns out you see her breasts.
Yes.
Just out there, and it's weird because you hear the voice of a dude.
Yeah.
But it's all from the helmet, as they explain later.
So like Juzo and the rest of us, we were shocked.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
So like
Juzo was very distracted.
So he didn't know how to fight it, and but like Juzo being Juzo, he overcomes her, and then she gets knocked down, and then all of a sudden, right? That's when that's when Pepper. That's when you find out that Pepper and Seven, that were originally kind of like backup or whatever, knocks out Tetsuo, beheads the old man, and comes up to Juzo and shows off the fact that the dude's dead. Yeah, and then they're also there to protect the golden gun guy. Mm-hmm. And they don't like doing it, but they're like our boss told us to do it, so we got to do this.
Yeah,
and since Juzo's still like not his limit, I guess. Mm-hmm. That gives Seven the opportunity to like take advantage of that. And what else? I'm blanking out here.
Well, we get the one-on-one showdown.
Yeah.
Of course, we also get like backstory and stuff like that too. Mm-hmm. We hear more about the whole Guriru side of things, and kind of like how their whole relationship with Spitsbergen and stuff. But yeah, we get the fight essentially.
Yeah.
Get it.
Yeah, we get the fight, and then how Piper, she's kind of like she's trying to convince Juzo to like join her, and Seven was not having any of that. He was like, nah, I'm the best gun. You don't need two guns, and all that. And then they both unleash their the limit, like on their backs or whatever, and like it's gonna be a wreck shop, if I remember correctly. And then what else happens, Robbie?
Yeah, they fight, and that
was it. No, yeah,
that was pretty much it. They say that Pepper, well, they say that Seven is apparently like has the upper hand because Seven's the one that has a hand, which is Pepper.
Yeah.
But Juzo doesn't have one. But I don't know. It kind of shows it's kind of they're kind of in the same plane, but we don't really get that much of a continuation of their fight. Yeah. But more so, the episode ends off with Cronin, the white-haired dude from the original first season. Yeah. Finally showing up to do something.
Yeah, I know. It's just he has not shown up the whole entire season, and then he just comes in and he's like, he comes in with this big energy, and he's like, I'm about to fight. I guess it's assumed to be his.
He said it was like his former disciple.
Yeah. So that's the Golden Gun dude.
Yeah.
And so that'll be interesting to see, because we know our detective guy. He's pretty skillful. So we'll see how the Golden Gun handles himself.
Yeah, we'll see.
And yeah, it was pretty short in that one. That was like there was a lot of action in this one. Not a lot of like plot driven. That's the last 2 episodes. So yeah, on to the next animes of season 2, ReZero. And we get a lot explained on the world of the witches, their sins, all that good stuff. So we start off with Subaru and how do you say your name? Echidna, thank you. They're just talking about like what Subaru's going through, and he also mentions about what the hell was that rabbit about, and then Echidna basically gives like a backstory of how they were made, and apparently they were made by the Witch of Gluttony.
Yeah. And
there were 3 of them. There was like the white whale, the great rabbit, and the black serpent.
Yeah, and Subaru and the gang were already able to defeat the great whale.
Yeah.
Which again, that was the whole season 1 thing. And now here we have the great rabbit, which actually isn't. It's called the great rabbit, but it's actually multiple rabbits.
Yeah.
And there are a lot of them.
Yeah. So like, Subaru asks the questions like, how do I kill this thing? And Echidna does not know, because she didn't make them. But she mentions like, oh, I could ask them. And Subaru's like, what the hell? You can ask them? Aren't they dead? And I was like, no. Yeah, but like, I could make a call. Like, but we're gonna switch bodies. So just be careful. Don't do anything stupid, and don't look them in the eye. And like, she gives them rules basically when they switch bodies. So she does that. But it's not Glennie that shows up first. It's Typhon?
Typhon, yeah. Typhon, the Witch of Pride.
Yeah, so she shows up because she's very intrigued in Subaru himself. He's like, hey, like, you seem cool. Like, what's your dealio? And, I remember when Echidna told him not to touch them. What does Subaru do? She gives her a handshake, and then, lo and behold, we see Subaru's arm ripped off again. We're like, what? Dude, like, the first rule you broke. And so, like, he's like and then, like, she turns into pieces. Like, there's no blood or anything. It's just, like, because it's all in the mind of it.
He kind of looks like... The way he's shattered is kind of like a porcelain kind of like doll, where it's just all like clay and stuff.
Yeah.
And he's just kind of in pieces. There's no blood, there's no gore, organs, or anything like that. He's just in pieces.
Yeah, exactly. And Typhon gets enough of it, so she leaves. And then another person comes in, which is Minerva.
The Witch of Wrath.
Yes, which I like to call Crazy Diamond, because she comes down like meteor hero landing, and then she sees our boy Subaru into pieces. It's like, oh no, how did this happen? I can't believe Typhon will do this. And she just starts yes all over Subaru, and then brings them back together. And then she was relieved, she was happy, and she seems like the nice one. She seems like oh, I don't want to bring no harm or anything, but at one point she got like pretty like pissed off, like it happened.
Mm-hmm.
like the whole like world was shaking, and at that point,
she was like stomping the ground, and like the planet itself was just like shaking along with it. So
like I wonder how she would be if like she got serious, like if she would still be doing those healing punches or not. But she dips, and then finally we get to see our Witch of Gluttony show up, and it was pretty weird. Daphne, the Witch of Gluttony.
She reminds me of that one BlazBlue character that's like always asleep and has a bed.
Oh, isn't that Bedman from Guilty Gear?
Oh yeah, BlazBlue. I mean, like, yeah, Guilty Gear.
Yeah. No, yeah. But like at first, like it's like a Narn Maiden that pops up.
Yeah.
And then it opens, it's her, and you're like, what the hell? So obviously Subaru asks her the questions like, what's up with these beasts? How do I kill them? And then she explains why she made them, because she was bored. She just made them for fun.
Swamp friends, and apparently these friends have been around for 400 goddamn years.
And so yeah, but she does give tips on how to beat the Great Rabbit, just the Great Rabbit itself, because that's what Subaru asked.
Yeah, that's the one that's important. There's the serpent apparently, but we don't have to worry about the serpent right now.
Not now. And so basically these rabbits, they all have to be killed at the same time, which it's gonna be impossible. If you leave one left alone, it's gonna multiply like real rabbits.
Well, actually, less like rabbits and more like amoeba, from what Subaru said.
Oh, yes, true. Yeah.
They just divide, mitosis.
Yeah, exactly. So it's gonna be a difficult test if they ever, because I think they will encounter it, right?
Yeah, eventually. And then, like, to kind of wrap things up over with the whole dream sequence thing, Subaru is apparently, again, he's gonna be able to remember everything because his payment is actually, oddly enough, it's actually the wristband that Petra gave him.
Yeah.
Which is still on him somehow.
Yeah. I guess it was like the emotion on it.
Yeah, it was the emotional weight on it that I guess a kid that cared about.
Yeah. And then he goes back, but something's off. It's like Amelia's not there, and then when he walks out, it's like a void of darkness.
A sea of darkness.
Yes, just looms over everything, the forest and everything, and it turns out the Witch of Envy.
Yeah, Witch of Envy. I think I think it's straight up Satella.
Oh, okay.
I think that's what it is, but
it doesn't show. But like she's like,
I love you, I love you, I love you. To Subaru, and I legit thought Subaru was gonna bite the dust again.
Yeah.
But no, guess who saves him? It's Garfield.
Tony the Tiger.
Yeah. Well, no, not in that mode, but yeah, Garfield saves him because again, this is a different timeline.
Yeah.
Garfield's not enemies with Subaru, so he actually saves him, and that's basically where the episode ends. Actually, most of it was actually in his mind in that garden.
Yeah, and we'll see if we get to see a kid again. Oh, they mentioned that the only way they could revisit her is like
he has to keep shouting over and over and over again, but it has to be louder each time.
Yeah.
Apparently.
For the third visit, or go through the trial.
Go through the trial, yeah. And then Zatella is apparently heading straight toward the mansion, which is basically where the episode cuts off.
Yep.
Yeah. Now, the next episode, last episode of anime we're going to be talking about is Fire Force.
Yes.
Season 2, episode 10.
Yes. Basically a nice wrap-up.
A nice wrap-up. Shinra was able to convince the Lady in Black to give him the Adela Grace that he needs, that 1 second, in order to take him down, which kind of isn't really a 1 second thing. It's actually more so that he could basically stop time / rewind, so it doesn't really matter.
Yeah.
He gets it. He immediately just goes full on super speed and kicks him to oblivion.
Yup. Just destroys Tempe.
So hard that he even sees his past.
Yeah, which is crazy. I was like, oh damn. We get to see the origin of Tempe, but I mean, it don't matter no more. He's gone.
Yeah.
Gone from existence at this point.
Yeah, you see how he apparently was the original survivor of the Great Cataclysm 250 years ago. His money, wealth, everything was just gone.
Yeah, so he was just walking on the earth with no destination.
When all of a sudden the evangelist shows up and gives him the power of being a demon infernal for the rest of his days.
Great origin.
Yeah. Absolutely in depth.
And it was he obviously thought it was a gift from God himself.
Yeah.
And so we had a lot of God references in this.
Very much so, to the point where afterward Shinra himself decides, you know what? I am a firefighter of the Fire Force, and you know what? If God is going to get in the way of me protecting lives, then I'll have to eliminate God himself.
I'm gonna square up with God himself. Like the whole time, he's just threatening the gods or whatever.
So nonchalantly too.
Like,
it was amazing.
Like, you a god, you're going down.
Going down, God.
But yeah, since Tempe's gone and everything's safe, they go into the building to see what was, everyone can see what was in there, and Shinra's trying to communicate back to the woman in black, but apparently she was sleeping.
She's sleeping again because that whole Adela Grace thing, that takes up quite a bit of energy.
I know. For that 1 second, right?
Yeah, that whole 1 second that actually lasted for a good 5-10 minutes. Yeah, and with that, he also had some deductions on the trip back with the whole cats and everything.
Yeah.
That the girl that apparently hijacked his mind way back in episode 2 was apparently might be Amaterasu herself.
Yeah.
Actually, the first Adela user that was actually living as a sacrifice to power these tabernacles or whatever they're called.
Yeah. Yeah, so since she's a god, she's going down.
Yeah. Yep.
But we get to leave the oasis, and then we get to say goodbyes to the crow and the mole.
Yeah.
A little bit of powerful speech for them to keep on living and
keep on trucking and don't steal potatoes.
Yes, and the potatoes are saved from Juggernaut's family.
A little nice little touch is that like as they go back to Tokyo and they actually have like extra surplus boxes of potatoes now.
Yeah, like so like each department has their own supply of potatoes. So yeah, that was cool to see. And that was it, yeah.
That was it, yeah.
Yeah, so now we're back in Tokyo.
We're back in Tokyo, and that was the end of the Chinese Peninsula arc. Yeah. I actually thought it ended quite nicely. It was a nice little
we had a lot of cool action scenes. And
Ogun was, oh my god, he was
dope.
Quite nice.
Super dope. And other characters were cool. The woman in black, the mole. And yeah, that was a great episode. I can't wait to see what's next to see.
Same here. Alright, and now we're moving on to our anime news. Shenmue the anime.
What?
Yes.
It's happening?
Shenmue is getting an anime series, and apparently it's going to be based off of the third game.
Really?
No.
Well, basically, I think it's going to be based off the first one.
It makes sense, honestly. They have because based off the poster that we saw, we have Landi, we have the girl, we have all the characters that primarily show up in the first game.
Yeah, so
Landi's not in the third game from what I heard at all, so that'd be kind of weird for that to be set up. So yeah, I'm guessing the first. Anime,
yeah, it's interesting since this game was revolutionary for its time for having like time events and like the story itself. Mm-hmm. And you played it yourself, haven't you?
Yes.
You
I
played
have. Yes.
The first two?
I played the first game, and I'm playing the second game.
Oh, okay.
And it's a lot of walking around, a lot of talking, arcade style combat and everything like that.
Yeah.
And it's revolutionary in that it's a type of game that's like story driven, but like allows you to interact with all these different characters, and it's like almost fully voiced for like 1999.
Yeah, like at the time it was revolutionary.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it like the pre-Yakuza game.
Yeah.
So you played the game, what do you think it's like?
I think they're gonna cut off a lot of the whole backtracking and like character talking. I feel like they're gonna keep a lot of that, but they're gonna be more so focusing on all the main events that happen. So you're gonna see Ryo working as a forklift driver.
Oh yeah.
You're gonna see him like try to find the tattoo artist, and like the bar scene where he's like fighting a bunch of like drunks, and the quick time events are gonna be like. Fun fact: quick time events actually they got the name from Shenmue.
Oh wow.
Yeah, Shenmue was actually coined the term quick time events.
That's crazy. So, now that you know that it's gonna be an anime, do you have high hopes for it?
I think so. I mean, like, there's not really much to mess up with unless they actually do decide to like
jump forward.
No, unless they actually do decide to keep all the character interactions to kind of like slow the pacing of the show down.
I doubt that.
They have the guy from saying.
Years ago, I was Chinese.
Oh God. Yeah, I mean, I hear a lot of good things about this game, especially for the story. So since that's getting an anime, so
and it's on Netflix too.
Yeah.
Netflix anime.
Oh really?
No. Crunchyroll.
Oh, Crunchyroll, Adult Swim.
Crunchyroll.
Will be on Crunchyroll, and there'll be 13 episodes.
I thought I said Netflix. Oh, you know what? That might be it. I'm getting that confused with Dragon's
Dragon's
Yes,
Dogma.
yeah. With another
Yeah.
video game anime adaptation.
Yeah, a lot of video game anime adaptations. We got Dragon Dogma, Shenmue, and also Cyberpunk. Yeah. So
quite a few.
it's getting a big wave.
I'd like to thank Castlevania for that.
Yes, very much so. But yeah, that's what we think about Shenmue.
Can't wait to see when that comes out. And of course, next bit of news we're gonna be talking about is Shield Hero Season 2.
Yes, I'm so excited.
I am too. Like with Season 1, that one was definitely caught me off guard and definitely captured my interest with that fantastic first episode.
Yeah.
And it was a great ride all around. And I'm really glad to see that Shield Hero is coming out. It's not really that much of a surprise that Season 2 has got announced because we did know that Season 2 and 3 in advance that was going to be a thing. So I'm really excited for Season 2. Expectations wise, I'm just glad to get to see more of the same, honestly.
Yeah, me too. I mean, how the first season ended, I didn't mind if that's how it ended and like they made you read the manga.
Yeah.
But the fact that we're getting a Season 2 and coming next year, in the beginning of the next year, is exciting.
Yeah.
Because it was a surprise hit. I didn't, obviously being an Isekai, I was like, I had my doubts.
Yeah.
But this one was like, oh, cool. I like, our main character, then Reptilia, Filio, and then and from the trailer itself, we get to see like other cast members join in. So I can't wait to see more. See what they show off.
Alright, and our next bit of news, we're going to move away from anime and go to video game news.
Gaming!
Yeah, so we got a new trailer for the Nocturne HD Remix. The HD Remaster. The new trailer actually shows off more of the story stuff. We got a peek into voice acting and stuff like that, but unfortunately, this was actually more so the Japanese trailer.
Yeah.
So this one just showed off mostly the Japanese voices, and I think I'm not sure if this is true or not, but I think the audio, the music itself, is actually going to be like an HD remastered audio.
Oh, cool.
Because from the old trailers and stuff, we didn't get actual remastered audio. It was just the same old PS2 quality audio. So this one kind of felt more rich, I guess.
More
I'm
crisp.
not sure if it was I'm not sure if it was because of the trailer itself or whatever, but yeah, it felt very new and remastered. So.
Yeah, for me who hasn't played the game, seeing this trailer, it looked cool. Like the world looked like it was ending, and the main character looks like he has to save the day and stuff, and a lot of cool villains. And since this is the first time they're doing voice acting for this game,
Yeah.
it was cool to hear each character's voices and stuff, and it looks cool. It looks cool. I'll just have to see him wait and play the game. My opinion.
Yeah, and then the end of the trailer was also pretty cool too because they were able to show off the Dante trailer. So
yes, Dante.
It's gonna be all in one.
Yeah, and they revealed the price too, which is $10. $10 for the DLC for Dante. So yeah, looking forward to play the game at this point.
Yeah, well, again, it's not too long from now, spring 2021 for North America, so we'll see soon.
Yeah, we'll see.
And then our last bit of news of the day is going to be the Super Mario 3D All-Stars. Actually, more specifically, this is the highlight of the more encompassing Mario Direct that happened a few days ago. But this one caught our interest because this is what we are the most excited for.
Yes, if you guys don't know, this is Mario's 35th year anniversary.
Yes, 35 years of Super Mario. Not regular Mario, because that's Donkey Kong. That's 81. 85 is where it's at, because that's where we got Super Mario.
Yes.
NES.
With that comes a nice collection of his classic games. We have Mario 64.
Mario 64.
We have Mario Sunshine.
Mario Sunshine.
And we have Mario Galaxy.
Mario Galaxy.
And for me, myself, I've never played Sunshine or Galaxy, but 64 I have played. I have played that when I went to at this point a cult classic for
Yes.
many gamers.
Oh yes.
You've at least played it once, like at home or at a friend's house or at a local game store, just testing it out back
Yep.
in the days.
Having your mind blown seeing the 3D graphics like me.
Yes.
Oh my goodness.
And doing those flippy dips.
Those flippy dips.
But what about you, Robbie? Have you played all 3 of these games before?
Okay, so Super Mario 64, I played religiously.
Yes, we know that.
Everybody in this group knows that I love me my Super Mario 64s. Sunshine, actually, I've never actually fully beaten.
Okay.
And Galaxy 1, I never played. I
Oh,
played
right.
through the entirety of Galaxy 2 twice.
Oh wow.
I've never played through Galaxy 1, so this would be a first for me. So
So how do you feel?
I'm getting a whole game and a half worth of content that I'm hopefully gonna play and finish.
So how do you feel that they didn't put Galaxy 2 in this?
It's understandable. I mean, I feel like revolutionarily speaking, Galaxy 2 isn't really much different from Galaxy 1. It's just more Galaxy. If
Yeah.
anything, I feel like if you want the true and tried and true Galaxy experience, I would have just been like, okay, just bundle Galaxy together, 1 and 2.
Yeah.
But this isn't the case. This is just all of Mario's 3D adventures for the 64, GameCube, and Wii put into one.
Yeah, I think.
So I feel like it's a good choice. It's a good selection of choices.
Yeah, and I think it's the first time Sunshine and Galaxy is being ported, right?
Yeah, well, yes, because Galaxy 2 was actually available on the Wii U eShop, and Mario 64 has literally been available since the Wii.
Yeah.
Or if you want to even count the DS remake, the DS.
Yeah.
And you could be able to obviously backwards compatible 3DS, all that.
Yeah.
But yeah, Sunshine and I guess by extension the Galaxy 1 has not been playable. Unless, of course, it is, and I'll just put an edit right here.
And yeah, I mean, the only sucky part about this is that it's a limited run.
Limited run.
For-
Literally after March, you can't even purchase
Yeah, you cannot
the
buy.
game digitally.
Yeah, you cannot buy physically or digitally. So once this game comes out, you have 6 months to buy, which is this is sucky practice. I don't know
Yeah,
why
it's-
Nintendo's doing this.
No, and the funny part is that it's not the first time they did this. In fact, I'd argue that last time they did this was worse. Was during the 25th anniversary back in 2010 when
you're right.
I don't know if you knew this or if you guys knew this, but Super Mario All Stars, the game that came out in 1995 was released as a limited edition run for the Wii back in 2010.
Isn't that game rare?
Yeah,
Yeah.
the Wii version, yeah, it's
Yeah,
rare.
yeah,
But the
so-
cartridge version for the Super Nintendo, oh, that's super
Oh.
easy to find. I got mine for like $5 or something.
That's it for the
Yeah,
podcast.
that's it for the podcast. Be sure to, of course, like the video, comment on the video, and subscribe if you guys want to see more content.
Yep.
And-
And give us and share if you think we're cool.
If we're super duper cool, all right? My name is Robbie,
And this is Omar.
And this is David.
and we'll see you guys next time.
Bye, guys.
Bye.